to another episode of Tech Stories, right? And today joining me again, my dear colleague, Colin Young. He is PhD in sociology. Hi, Colin, how are you doing?
Hi, Ferdinand. Great to join you.
And today we have a very different kind of podcast because we are looking on Reddit for stories of very normal people, how they use tech, and sometimes there are really some freaky or very crazy stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have any very crazy story which happened in your life with technology?
Well, the craziest story that I heard was from 2004, and it involved a Notre Dame football player. You know, Notre Dame, the university, has a famous football team, and so this guy was a big star, and then he ended up had this relationship with somebody online, and then it turned out to not be who he thought it was. So he got catfished.
Oh.
So that seems crazy. You know, he had this long relationship, and he realized it was somebody completely different. He got completely fooled.
Oh, wow. But was it something like you thinking you talk to the most cutest, nice girl, and then suddenly you find a 40-year-old man on the other
Right.
side?
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah. So.
Oh my God! There's even a movie about this. I don't know. We talked about Black Mirror last time.
It was a documentary or like an actual movie?
No, it's a science fiction, so it's just science fiction. But the story goes like this: two guys, and they decide to play a video game together. And one guy has like a male, very masculine fighting character.
Yeah.
And the other chooses like a girl, fighting girl. And they have some kind of a chip on their mind, which makes the game appear really realistic. So they are really fighting and feel even the punches and everything.
Oh gosh.
And at a certain point, they start kind of getting closer to each other in the game, and then they start kind of making out and falling in love with each other. And then they meet at the game instead of they like fighting to each other. They kind of meet to, I don't know, just to hang out. And then they say, it's so funny. And then two guys, yeah. And then they say, okay, how do you think we meet in real life? Like the two guys, they meet each other and they say, what are we doing? Are you crazy?
Yeah, I think that's what happens with the communications. You get so far in, and then, well, even too, I bet nowadays, if people have these AI friends or even your friends online, sometimes you can have these relationships and then realize that they're not real relationships.
Yeah, and it's completely out from the fantasy, from the virtual world, from virtual reality, and you start kind of messing up what's virtual with what is real, so you can even separate that anymore.
Yeah.
The first story actually goes into that direction of boyfriend, girlfriend, and artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, then here it comes. So it comes from a subreddit called Advice, and the title is "My boyfriend uses AI to text me."
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so use AI for everything. Why not to use it to text your girlfriend? Whenever we get into an argument, his first resort is asking ChatGPT.
Yeah.
He asks ChatGPT for its opinion on anything. ChatGPT doesn't have any feelings, but I do. We got into an argument recently, and he told my friend that ChatGPT told him to break up with me. He hasn't texted me back and ignored me, avoiding me. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now. What can I do in this situation?
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, say break up with your girlfriend, or yeah. So he listened to his chat GDP.
Amazing to think what would have ChatGPT said. Just, okay, well, you talked to me the last half hour. Now my advice for you is just break up and marry a virtual assistant.
Marry a virtual assistant, yeah.
So, but here in the story here, it goes on some replies here. So one user which deleted his account said, how old is your boyfriend? I'm terribly sorry. you going through this, and I really hope this isn't going to be the reality for the younger generations.
Yeah. Well, I think what, I keep hearing about is that relying on AI is hurting people's social skills. That people don't know how to talk in person or have hard conversations, so they'll just, always use technology because it's easier for them, but it's more painful and less human for the one that has to encounter it. Unless, I don't know, maybe AI will break up with people like in, I wonder, yeah, like if you did say AI help me break up with my girl in the nicest way possible, maybe they do have a way that's better than humans, what they say is better than a human could think of.
Yeah, so just tell ChatGPT, please break up with my girlfriend in a nice way so she doesn't feel hurt.
Yeah, and can you say and make sure she doesn't know it's AI, that it sounds like just like me?
Yeah, it's a little bit scary, sad somehow, but yeah, it seems a little bit the future trend is going in that direction, even for the younger generation.
Yeah.
And I think more and more of the text which are generated for everything are being AI generated. So you don't have really this 100% human text anymore.
Ooh, yeah, and actually and so now are people using that for like their emails to craft, good emails and good like resumes and
Yes, definitely.
yeah.
And it's in every, sometimes you can spot it because you put your ideas together. Okay, I think it's like this. Put it through the ChatGPT. You don't have the grammar mistake. It's all like logical, well structured,
Yeah.
and you just post it. But I think it really loses the humanity on it.
Yeah.
Especially when it's about something personal, how you feel, how you think are things going, how you think are you satisfied with some people you work together, people you are around you. I think it becomes just like why to let a machine review that. This is my feeling, my understanding. So
Yeah.
please, ChatGPT, stay out of it.
Well, and then they say what's going to happen, related to the losing social skills, we'll lose kind of thinking skills if we, especially if kids grow up with it and they don't ever have to, use their own brain. What's they're going to, it's just like with exercise. If, you don't use your legs, there's no way you're going to be able to do much in the future. So yeah, unless the future is everybody just has to become adept at AI, and only the people that like Elon Musk are the winners, the ones that are the controllers of technology.
Person who use it, they just need to accept. They don't even know what's going on in the background.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know where I heard, but in the future, AI is gonna, will keep updating, and then it will be updating so fast that nobody can keep up with it. Does that make sense? For instance, with the iPhones, like a different iPhone comes out every year or two, and you have to kind of spend a little time learning the updates. But then in the future, if it comes out every hour, a new updated system, just because it can, and it will be like better than the one before, it's like, yeah, you might feel completely lost.
Yeah. And I'm totally sure that at a certain point you just stop caring because it becomes so complex, always a new feature, always a new thing, and always the algorithm is different, that you just say, okay, whatever, just take it as it is. Don't even question what it does. No?
Yeah.
But I have some more. Let's go to the next story. This comes from one person searching for advice. His name is OK Hospital 1153. He says, my professor recently revealed that he has been docking points anytime he sees anyone with their cell phones out, even if it's just lying on the desk and they're not using it. He docked more than 20 points from me alone, and I don't even text during lectures. I just kept my phone face down on my desk like out of a habit. It's late in the semester and I'm at risk of failing the class, having to pay thousands of dollars that I can't afford for another semester, and lose the job I have lined up for when I graduated. I talked to him and he just smiled and referred me to a single sentence buried in the 5-page syllables that says, cell phones should not be visible during lectures. He's never called attention on it or said anything about the rule. I tried submitting a complaint through my school's grade appeal system. It was denied without explanation, and there doesn't seem to be a way to appeal. I feel like I'm out of options and I don't know what to do. Do you have any advice? How do you think this case?
Yeah. When I was teaching in China, basically 10 years ago, everybody still was on their phone all the time. And I said, no phones. And if I'd say, if you get caught like 3 times or something, then, I take the phone for like the whole day until the next day or something.
But you took the cell phone? You really did that?
Just
one time,
one time, and it devastated this girl. Maybe
wow.
I shouldn't. Well, you have to make up some rules, or else they would just be on their phone the whole time.
But would you say this professor is right in discounting his points because he just laid his phone on the table?
Yeah, see, I don't know if there's more to the story. Maybe he got caught before, or I think people need to be reasonable, and in that case, if he was a great student and had no other issues and his phone just, was just kind of face down and in the corner of the desk, it seems that's kind of harsh. But what did the Reddit people say?
And here I have a reply from Dean, actually, Astroprov. And he said, I'm a dean. The syllabus usually describes how each point available to be earned in the class can be achieved, whether it's by turning in a homework assignment, providing correct answers to question on exam, class participation, or whatever. If there are points associated with participation and it is specified or reasonably understood that participation points can be lost for use of cell phones in the class, then that's fair. But you can't take away points that was originally earned by answering a test question correctly, unless there is a cheating involved. That makes sense for me.
Yeah. Huh. Did anybody support the professor?
No, most of them say escalate, college dean, or otherwise.
Well, what's interesting, I think, for especially college now, I think most people take notes on their computer, and then they take notes, but in the meantime, they're also doing other stuff on their computer, like just social media or entertainment. I mean, it's just like how we were talking earlier of when you have to work using the computer, it's easy to become, you get ADHD.
Yeah. When I got my laptop computer, my first one, I also started using it in class because it was so easy.
Or are people, I remember a few years ago, people were talking about Google Glasses. Do you know anybody that has Google Glasses and then they can kind of just surf the internet while they're just looking at you?
That Google Glass, actually, that project really failed. But now the Meta, they are investing heavily in that. They cannot still show the image really on the display. But Ray-Ban has one which really looks like normal, has a camera, very hidden, and has the sound. They can give you the sound.
Wow. That's already out on the market, or they're developing this?
Yeah, this is you can buy. You can go to shopping center and buy on Amazon right now.
Yeah, I wonder. You don't know anybody that has it, do you?
No, I don't know anyone. I just saw online, and I saw it in the shops. But that one would be like this: the teacher asks you a question, or how much is the square root of 9, and then you just a minute, professor, and then you, Siri, how much is square root of 9? And then you said, it is 3, and then you say, oh, I know it's 3.
Yeah.
But that's impracticable, no? It need to be a image, not an audio. So I think for school like this.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Neuralink is the next step, right? Where you can just think.
Maybe that's topic for next podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, one more.
Yeah. Good.
Black Box AI subreddit. I've been diving into the world of AI lately, and while most of them are serious and impressive, some of the stuff people are doing is just weird. From AI girlfriend to deepfake, the creativity seems limitless. So now I'm curious to hear what's the weirdest or most unexpected usage of AI you've come across. Please share. All right, and then I can now scroll a little bit down here, see what people posted. Minimum patient 5011 posted, I've heard about some people who get off to AI talking dirty to them. And then no wrongdoer 1409 replied, isn't everyone doing that?
You can kind of laugh about it, but AI could be the end of our human civilization, because people will want to just engage with AI because it might just be more attractive and easy to use, and so then people won't be dating, people won't be having kids.
This is also something which I really don't like about the AI currently, because the AI always give you the reason. So if you say anything like this is that, and then AI usually comes across and say, yeah, you're right, and that's true, and good point, and nicely observed, and it's always reinforcing your opinion.
Yeah.
Even though that opinion might not be the mainstream, or not maybe also the most ethical one.
Oh, can you give an example?
I have one podcast about this, where I talked to the AI, and I think it was about how helpful or harmful certain things are for AI. And then I argued that certain things are harmful, and then the AI said, yeah, it's harmful because of this and this, and it can disturb your work, and some of the information might not be right, etc. And then I told him, yeah, but I don't think so. I think it's very helpful because of this. And then he's saying, yeah, okay, thinking again, I think you're right because of this and this. And actually the AI has so much information available that it's able to justify very concisely any opinion you have on topics.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were going to say it would just, ardently defend the value of AI, or like if you ever, I wonder if, somebody said to their AI friend or assistant or whatever, like, I don't need you anymore, I'm not going to use you, and then it would just kind of really say, oh no, I love you and we need each other, and, I'm the best thing that's ever happened to you.
No. I think the AI is programmed to make you hear what you want. I think there are some similar elements, like in Facebook or Twitter, etc., which want to keep you scrolling. So the AI wants to keep you using the AI.
Oh.
So you must think it's very valuable. It's nice interaction.
Almost
it's
humble.
Positive towards you.
Yeah.
So that's why it just want to keep you talking.
Okay, just to keep you engaged. Yeah,
keep you engaged. And then like a real person will not. If he has another idea, he will say, what bullshit are you talking? So that's not true. Or that's not my opinion. But the AI will never contradict you like this. No?
Yeah.
And that's maybe even the biggest danger of it.
So, well, and, have you listened to AI music?
No, I didn't listen.
Okay, because I found... like, I just on YouTube looked up like reggae chill, and then all this AI music came up, but it's amazing. It's like, I like it the most.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, and so and even too, and I like to study Spanish, and then there are these Spanish stories with artwork that's AI, but it's awesome. It's like so clear and beautiful, and, it's just like, I was surprised how good of quality it is, and to think that this is still in the early stages. I can't imagine in 10 years, the quality of music and art.
What will happen to all these industries? So I think there are a lot of people about to lose their jobs.
And then too, with when the robots come, they're going to be able to do everything, like procedures, maybe surgeons will be out of work, they just have to work with the AI, but they won't be doing any of or like mechanics too, they won't be doing any of the repairs, it'll all be mechanical.
I think for this kind of practical and technical stuff, like making a surgery or doing engineering, constructing something or building something in a factory, I think that's the thing we see more robots. And then we have the thing which are the creative, like music, painting, pictures, the movie, etc. And then I think you have two options in future. And I think people will start consciously choosing to the human just because it's human. You know, like the handmade, handcrafted, and it's tailor-made. So you buy it because kind of it's like a brand. But the vast mass of the products or the media, I think, will be all AI.
Yeah, well, but I'm hopeful it's going to be really amazing. So I think what's going to happen, it's going to be the end of human civilization, but it's going to be, well, actually, no, because I think, all this stuff is, I think there's always going to be something about it that's not quite right, like with the friend or with the, music or something. There's interesting.
Okay, then that's one more, the last one then. Okay. This is from Tales from the Tech Support.
Okay.
It comes from deleted user also. Back when I was fresh out of college, I worked myself for a while doing tech support, website building, and whatever else I could get. I wasn't strong with networking, but I could manage minor installs, run cables, etc. So I did pretty okay for myself for a while as a general all-around IT guy. A woman in her mid-60s who lived a couple of blocks away from me had me install and build a computer from parts she had brought online at my recommendation. She saved about $150 buying it piece by piece and hiring me to put it together. This was back when purchasing parts online cost half of what a full machine would cost. A few weeks later, she called me saying that her cup holder had broken. I respond with a confused okay. She told me I need to fix it because the cup holder was too flimsy and could not handle heavy drinks. The drink spilled all over her tower and it was a huge mess. I walked over because it wasn't too far and it was a nice day. And I came into a mess. The rug underneath the tower was soaked. I unplugged the machine and I lifted up and I immediately saw the problem. This was in 2007 and people still had CDs and DVD drives. She had used the CD drive as a cup holder and it had prominently snapped in half. Okay. So, yeah, a cup holder. I remember this joke being made, but I never thought that someone would really use it as a cup holder.
Yeah. Well, I think now people probably don't even know what a CD is, right?
This was back in 2007.
Oh, okay.
So it's a while ago.
Yeah. Do you what advice do you have for an adult as far as keeping up with technology? Do you think they should, even if they don't have much interest in, ChatGPT or with different AI things, you should still be somewhat familiar with it, or else you're going to really suffer down the line?
My recommendation would be just not to be in denial completely and say, I don't like and it's bad and it's... So it has a bad and has good side. And if you kind of completely block yourself because you see only the bad things, maybe you're losing something. Yeah,
well, I think what happens is just like with cell phones is, you can keep putting it off, but eventually if you don't, then you're going to, it's just going to be kind of natural that you'll say, oh yeah, I'm going to get it because, or like, let's say you don't want to use email ever, or you don't want to use social media or, different things, then you do kind of limit yourself.
Yeah. And once you realize that, then you say, okay, maybe it's time to use it. So computer came around, so you don't need the typo machine anymore. Car came around, you don't need the horses anymore.
Well, but all those, they say kind of, because those are all like extensions of the human like communication or movement or something like that, but then AI could completely replace humans. Maybe that's a topic for a new podcast of how maybe AI might replace humans.
Yeah, I think we came then to the end of this podcast. Thank you very much for joining.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, my pleasure, Ferdinand.
It was nice talking to you. And then on the next one, we explore more exciting stories on tech and business and also about life. Take care and see you next time.
Okay, see you next time, Ferdinand.